He anagrams faster than a speeding bullet. As powerful as the rack, nastier. Able to use the Q without the U. Look, there by the Scrabble board. It's a savant. It's a maven. It's Letterman. Yes, it's Letterman, strange competitor from another dimension who lives in Orange County, California, with powers and abilities developed beyond those of most men and women. Letterman, who can find a legal word on most every rack, find playable bingos during most every game, and who, disguised as Gary Moss, mild-mannered director of Club 350, propagates the entries of the Owl 2 in the interests of word competition, community, and the American way.
Oh, well, you caught me in the act. Did you know that I was really Letterman too? So, anyways, well, how have the tile gods been treating you this week? Have you used any of the tips that you received from Letterman? Have you played any obscure words on your opponents this week? Did anyone challenge you? Well, it'll feel really good when you finally play one and they challenge you to find out that you were right. This week, I want to begin with an email that I received from one of you viewers. It comes from Dale in San Bernardino, California. It says, "Dear Letterman, I ordered the official word list that you showed on YouTube, but I found the amount of information to be overwhelming. Where should I begin? What do you suggest? Happy Tiles, Dale." Well, I want to thank Dale and all the rest of you for sending me your emails. And let's try to answer Dale's question right now. Now, the Owl 2 is very important to have if you're going to be a serious competitive player. It has the list of all the legal words that we can play during the game. However, I would never recommend the Owl 2 as the study tool for learning the game. There is much too much information. When you're looking at a page and there's tons of information there, the eye can't even absorb what's on a single page, let alone the whole book. There are other tools that are much more effective. Now remember when we talked about stems on both of the last sessions? A stem is a set of tiles, 6 letters long, and we take one of the variables from A to Z and put it with the stem, and it's a 7-letter word. Well, those stems come in different forms for study. One form is on flashcards that I call whiz cards. Another form that we can place stems is on bookmarks, and each bookmark has a single stem with all of the answers that make up 7-letter words on the front and back of a laminated bookmark, and I call those the bookmark series. So those are 2 possibilities of study tools that you can use to learn the information and learn the words, the high probability words that are in the Owl 2 dictionary. Now, I don't want to mislead you. There isn't just 1 or 2 stems. The Scrabble experts have figured out areas of high probability, and there could actually be thousands of stems. But the ones that are most important to learn are the top 100. Remember, the first stem is satine. The second stem is satire, S-A-T-I-R-E. And later on in this episode, I'm going to give you the 10 top stems. If you can spend the time and develop the energy to learn the 10 top stems, you are going to be an instant miracle on the Scrabble. Now again, the reason that we're learning stems is that each stem with this 26 variable letters creates many, many bingos. It's much more efficient to study by stems than to study words randomly. One of the things that I hear most often, especially when newbies come to club or to tournaments, is they'll look at the board and they'll say, I didn't know that was a word. Well, many of the words that you learn on the STEM list, you are not going to know either. But we talked about this before. Would you rather learn a new word that is likely to show up on your rack over and over again? Or would you rather choose a word randomly from the OWL2 dictionary that might come up once in a lifetime? Obviously, you want to use the most efficient set, so that's why we're looking at the stems. Let's take a look at the two tools that I've mentioned, the Whiz Cards and the Bookmark series, and see how they may help you and whether or not you would be interested in something like them. First is the Whiz Card. 2 sides to each flashcard. The front side has the stem itself and the variable letter. The reverse side has the answers of what that variable and stem create in terms of 7-letter words. Again, we're looking only for the 7-letter words because it will produce a 50-point bonus. Each set has 26 cards for the 26 variables A through Z. There will even be a card that says no bingos on the back side if there is not a bingo created from the 7 tiles. Why would you want to study a card that says no bingos? Because I've seen people waste way too much time trying to figure out what the bingo is on Satire plus O. There isn't any. So you should be able to know immediately. Don't waste any time. Either trade off the O or play the O off somewhere on the board. The other tool is called the Bookmark series. Each stem is placed on a bookmark with the answers on front and back of the bookmark, and the bookmark itself is laminated so that it will be long-lasting. It doesn't include the places where there is no bingo. It just includes the actual bingo words. This is something you can take around with you, just like the flashcards. They'll fit in your pocket, it'll fit in a purse, it'll fit in a fanny pack, and so you always have it with you when you're waiting for an appointment with the doctor or you're waiting for your car to be repaired. And that's what it takes. Small pieces of time to review and to learn these important words on stems. If you have a pencil and paper available, I'm going to show you the 10 stems right now that are the top 10 stems. Make a note of them. Alright, here they are. And these top 10 stems will contain, I would say about 300-400 total bingos that are going to show up on your rack over and over again. You can make your own flashcards, you can make your own bookmarks, or you can get them ready-made for you from Just for the Spell of It. I created a special exercise for you for the coming week, and I'd like to read it to you. So write these down, and if you don't have pencil paper, you can watch this clip again and write it down then. Choose a 6 to 8 letter word at random and write it at the top of a page of paper. Decide on a time frame, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Once the timer begins, write down as many legal words as you can identify from using the words within the keyword at the top. When the time is elapsed, verify all the words and make sure they are legal words in your OWL2 dictionary. If it's a 2-letter word, give yourself 2 points. If it's a 3-letter word, give yourself 3 points, etc. Figure out your score and figure out the time that you used, and then keep a record. And then do this over and over again with the same word or with different words. And you can do this when you're sitting waiting for your meal at a restaurant. You can sit and do it while you're waiting for your doctor's appointment. It just gives you hands-on experience working with words. One thing that many of you have asked me in your letters this week is, what do I recommend is a great gift for a word person for the holidays? And without any doubt in my mind, one of the most fun gifts that I could give a word person is a name plaque that goes on the wall, which takes all the letters in the person's name and creates a list of 60 words, legal Scrabble words, made up from the letters in their name. It's a great conversation piece to have in your office or in your living room or in your game room. Everyone that I've ever created one for has just loved it. Now go ahead and study words this week. Have a great week and see you next time.